I'm making blackberry jam today, and I have another recipe for blackberry jam that also has the addition of vanilla, but it doesn't use pectin. And there are definite benefits to that, but I really like the pectin jam just because it's a little lighter flavor. It doesn't have to cook for quite as long, so it doesn't have quite as cooked of a taste, and it goes so much faster. So to start out with, I need 5 cups worth of mashed berries. So I have about 6 cups worth of berries here. I'll go ahead and go through and mash it and then see what level I'm at and if I need to add any more. Now I'll add my 5 cups of mashed blackberries to my pot. Then I'll add 6 tablespoons of pectin and half of a teaspoon of butter. And I'll place this on the stove and bring it to a boil. Now that it's begun to boil, I'll add 5 cups of sugar. I want to add this all at once because I need to be able to stir it right away to make sure that it doesn't scorch, and then I'll bring it back to a boil. Now that it's come to a boil, I'll set my timer for 1 minute and I'll stir continuously. I'll fill my half-pint jars up to 1/4 of an inch of headspace, which is the space from the top of the food to the top of the jar. I use a clean damp cloth to wipe off the rim of my jars so that if anything got on the edge, that it won't interfere with the seal. And then I'll place my lids and rings on until they're fingertip tight. I'm using Superb canning lids today. They are an American-made company. They have really good quality. The seal in particular is my favorite because it's super squishy. It does a wonderful job sealing, and it stays sealed for up to 36 months as opposed to the ones that I used to use, which only stayed good for up to 18 months. So that makes a big difference for me. I have a link as well as a discount code in my description below. I'll place these in my boiling water bath 1 to 2 inches underneath the water and process them for 10 minutes. If I'm at sea level, I'm at 1,200 feet, so I'll process them for 15, but I won't start my timer until after it starts to boil. Now that my processing time is complete, I turn off the heat, remove the lid, and let it cool for 5 minutes. I place my jars on a heat-resistant surface about 1 to 2 inches apart so that they can cool quickly. I'll leave them there for 24 hours so that they can get a good seal. I know that they have a good seal if the center of the lid has depressed down. If it has, then I remove the ring and I wash it with hot soapy water and store it in a cool, dry, dark location like my pantry and use it in the next 1 to 3 years. If any didn't seal, I would place them in the refrigerator and use them right away. So the taste tester, boy, this is just not a sacrifice to taste test the blackberry jam at dinner time. Probably not the healthiest dinner, but you know. Sweet blackberry jam. What's not to like?